Hey guys, what's up? It's Crumb, and welcome to my top 10 easy bosses countdown for Old School Runescape. I based these bosses off how easy they are to kill as a solo player. So, if you're low level looking to get into some bossing, this video is for you. If you disagree with any of my picks, leave a comment below suggesting your own bosses, as I would love to hear your opinions. Also, these bosses don't tend to make much money, but they're fun to kill and some of them have some nice rewards. For number 10, we have arguably the hardest boss on this list, Venenatis. It resides east of the Boneyard in level 30 Wilderness, and it can 2-hit you if you're not careful. But if you do challenge it, it drops the Venenatis Spiderling pet, and also the Treasonous Ring and Dragon Pickaxe. 2 items which can make you a decent chunk of change if you're lucky enough to get them. The problem with this boss is that it requires high magic and 80 plus combat stats to really kill, and that's why it's at number 10. Also, you'll need gear like Verax to really kill it efficiently. For number 9, we have Callisto. This was also a strong competitor for number 10. Callisto resides south of the Demonic Ruins in level 40 Wilderness, and he's basically a huge bear. For this boss, you're going to need Verax once again, and really, all you need to do to kill him is protect from melee and watch out for a shock blast which hits hard. He will really combo you out if you're not paying attention. You're also going to need around level 80s in melee, and it drops the Tyrannical Ring and the Callisto Club, which are the notable drops from this boss. Another thing to note, because this is in level 40 Wilderness, you run into the risk of a PKer coming and killing you and you not being able to teleport out. So if you're looking for a bit of a challenge in your bossing, try out Callisto. He's not too hard to kill strategy-wise, but he can hit hard. For number 8, we have the Chaos Elemental, specifically the Safe Spot method. The Chaos Elemental dwells in the wilderness just past the Rogue's Castle. This is deep wilderness, so keep that in mind. If you die there, you're pretty much going to lose your stuff. Also, it's multi-combat. But it drops the Dragon Pickaxe and Pet Chaos Elemental. Now, this boss is only hard because of the strategy needed to kill it. But if you safe spot it using the flinching method, it becomes very, very easy. So, to flinch it, you're going to need a God Sword, which is the only really big downside to this, is that if you don't have money for a God Sword, you can't really do it. Also, this boss isn't super good for profit, and that's why it's number 8 on the list. For number 7, we're looking at Scorpia, which resides in a cave beneath the Scorpion Pit, which is in level 55 Wilderness. This boss is really quick to kill, and it has a 10-second respawn time, which makes it ideal for doing big, long trips. Ice spells are good to kill it, so the higher magic you have, the better. It drops the Scorpia Offspring along with the Odium and Malediction Shards, which is really where the big profits come from this boss. Also, because you're using magic, the gear to kill it is cheap, something like monk robes will do, and you don't need good food because it doesn't hit that hard. You can easily get a lot of kills per trip on this boss, which makes it ideal for making some money at least. It's not bad, but it's not anything like the Prophet Snake. The only difficulty really in killing this boss is that it requires strategy to kill. But if you're looking for a nice simple fun boss and maybe you want to bring a friend or two, this is the one for you. At number 6, we're looking at Barrows. Barrows isn't exactly a boss, rather it's a mini game, but it makes money and it's easy to do. The nice thing about Barrows is that the trips tend to pay for themselves, and then you'll make additional profit every time you receive a Barrows item. Barrows has many different methods that you can attack it with, so if you have high magic, range, or melee, you're going to be able to use your best option. Also, you can do Barrows with a cheap setup. You don't need to worry about having a God Sword or Verax or anything like that. You can jump right in and have some fun. The only con about doing Barrows is that at a low level, you're not going to get many trips, which can be a bit of a pain because getting there can be quite tedious. But other than that, Barrows is a fun minigame that I think everybody in the game should really at least give a go once. At number 5, we have Dagannoth Rex. This is found in the depths of the Waterbirth Island dungeon, and the big con of this is that the setup time for it and getting there is really long. But once you're there, it's really easy to kill, and it's basically AFKable. You can also make profit off this boss because it drops things like the Berserker Ring, the Warrior Ring, and the Dragon Axe. And it's recommended to fight him with magic. The Trident is really good here, along with having Guthans or Verax, so that can be a bit of a downside if you don't have enough money to afford those. However, if you do, this boss is really easy to kill. You can get some good drops from it, so you might as well go and try it out. At number 4, we're looking at the start of the very easy bosses, the Giant Mole. This boss is found in the Falador Mole layer just beneath the Falador Garden. He's really a pain to kill because he moves around by doing this tunneling thing, so every time you'll attack him, he'll tunnel away. But you can get around this by completing the Falador Hard Diary, which will show you where the mole has tunnel, and it will significantly increase the speed of your kills. Another nice benefit of the mole is that he has a 10-second respawn time. meaning once he dies, you can pretty much start attacking him again almost instantly. The mole can be killed effectively with range or melee, so if you have a high stat in either of the two, the mole is a good option for you. I think currently efficient players are killing it by doing the Dagannoth 1 HP method, but you certainly can use other methods to kill it. Also at the mole, you can use cheap food to kill it, which means you're going to save a lot of money and be able to maximize your profits off its drops, which consist of mole skins, rune medium helms, and log drops. Also, the mole drops a super cute baby mole pet, which is highly sought after, and you could show it off in the Grand Exchange. So if you're looking for a fun and easy boss to kill, the giant mole is a good option for you. At number 3, we have a very, very easy boss, the Chaos Fanatic. He resides west of the Lava Maze, and he has decent drops, so you're going to make some money. He also drops the pet Chaos Elemental. For this boss, it's only recommended to have 61 range and 37 prayer. That's it. Those are the requirements. It's really that low. Also, the gear you'll be using is super cheap, like black dragonhide, maybe red dragonhide, and you'll be using cheap food like stews, because you take very little damage at this boss. So it's in the wilderness, but you don't really have to worry, because if you die, you'll lose like 10k in gear. It's also very fast to get there, and the method for killing him is super easy. The only really kind of con that you might say is that you need to move away from these bombs that he throws, so it's not very AFK. Also, there's some PKers around this area, but they don't really get much out of killing you, so you won't run into them too often. So if you're like very new to the game, but you have some range levels and some prayer levels, check out the Chaos Fanatic. You might get a pet from it, you'll make some money, and it's all in good fun. At number 2, we have one of the oldest bosses in this game, and hence why it's so easy now. Located in his lair deep in the wilderness, the King Black Dragon has a weakness to range and melee if you're using a Hasta. You can kill it with low range, which is one of the benefits and why it's number 2 on this list. One of the cons of the King Black Dragon, however, is that there's a lot of people competing for spots, but you can pay for an instance version of the KBD for 50k coins. Also, you'll need to go through the wilderness to get there, but once in there, it's not wilderness so no one can attack you, and the King Black Dragon has a 10-second respawn time. This is a very fun boss to kill with lots of friends, but you can certainly solo it fairly easily. Just drink a Protect from Fire potion and you'll be good to go. Also, you're going to make money from KBD, which is one of the great benefits of it. It's really a decent boss for making some coins. And it has some very notable drops, such as the Draconic Visage, Dragon Pickaxe, and the Prince Black Dragon Pet, which looks super cool. So if you want to test your luck killing some dragons, the King Black Dragon is where to go. And taking the number 1 spot is the Crazy Archaeologist, who resides in the ruins south of the Forgotten Cemetery at level 24 Wilderness. He has a weakness to magic, and he drops hard clues and word shards, which is where you're going to make your most money from. He uses range and melee attacks, so if you stand slightly far away from him, you're going to be good from the melee attacks, meaning you can pray range and kill him all day. He also uses a bomb thing similar to the Chaos Fanatic, so you'll need to run away every now and again. But other than that, if you have something like 75 magic, which is recommended, you can do this with much lower magic however, and 43 prayer, these are cheap and easy kills as the gear you need to kill him is really simple and basic, like monk robes. Also, the strategy to kill him is really easy, as I kind of discussed earlier, and the kills are super quick. This is why the Crazy Archaeologist is at the number 1 spot, but the Chaos Fanatic was also kind of a contender for this too. And that's it for the video, guys. I wish you the best of luck on your bossing adventures. And if you disagree or agree with any of my boss picks in this video, please leave a comment below letting me know. I would love to hear your opinions. Also, if you have any other bosses that weren't mentioned in this video, leave them below so people can find out what they are. I would love to try them out myself. Also, I'm coming up on 2,000 subscribers, so thank you so much. And if you have any suggestions for future top 10 videos, please let me know. Until next time, guys, love, peace, and chicken grease.